Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. And in today's videos, I'm going to be recommending some books that have fall vibes. I am putting this out on August 10th. So for me, I want fall to come now. I'm not a big pumpkin spice fan, but I'm just like, ooh, pumpkin spice is in that store now. Yippee! Yes, I've gone back to work, which means fall is coming. And I was like, okay, in a couple weeks I get to go apple picking and get some apple cider, which is awesome. And another month I'm going to the pumpkin patch because those are the things I do. And I was like, I want to read some really good books. Like, there are some that haven't come out yet that I really want to read. There's the Jen DeLuca book, I'll put it up there. Then there's Wisteria, I'll put it up there as well. That's definitely going to have fall vibes. Then there's Falling Scandal, I think it is, a new historical romance that looks very fall-like. I'm very interested in that one as well. And I am just like, give me all the good give me all the good fall vibes. Fall and winter are my favorite seasons. So I did this video last year and I'll link it down below. And you can go check that out because I did do Michaela's Big Bad. And that one, you guys, seriously, that's a novella, easy to read, fantastic Halloween one. Highly recommend that one. But let's get into this year's Rex. So I just finished this one because I got an arc of it, and it's Hot Hex Boyfriend. This one is coming out September 3rd, and I ended up getting an arc from NetGalley for it. And be aware, it is written in third person, so if you don't like that, it's what it is. So our main character, her name is Delia Merriweather, and she thinks her family's crazy because they all think that they are witches. She's like, no, we're not witches. She's supposed to be the Blue Witch, which is this all-powerful witch that would help break a hex on her family. Little does she know, it's all true. So in walks Max, who his uncle died, and he's supposed to be taking care of his uncle's store and house. And his uncle has a black cat, which is not really a cat, but he is a hex breaker. He's also a witch, and he is trying to make sure that that hex does not break because the Merriweather family did some naughty things and now they're being punished. So the thing is that Delia and Max end up having these big emotions for each other. Well, she thinks everybody's a bunch of kooks because, well, witches aren't real, right? And he's trying to make sure that she doesn't break the hex. It is a fun book. It has the fall vibes. I enjoyed the way their romance developed. I enjoyed the characters, both the main female character and the main male character, as well as the side characters. They were written well. I really enjoyed the seasonal feelings that you get, as well as her not believing that she was a witch, and oh, yep, she's a witch. This world is very rich. Carly Bloom, she's the author. She wrote this magical world. She developed this really rich magical world that had Willow Root and what's the name? Shadowlark. This is part of the Witchy world. The Shadowlark is where it's supposed to be in California, and that's where Max's brother came from to see him. And there's this whole council that controls magic and how much magic any witch can actually have. It's a very interesting take on magic and witches in general. And I loved the romance. I loved Delia and Max. Delia and Max were like, oh, I don't believe in true love. Delia did see family members lose the love of their lives through tragic ends. So there's that part of the curse that she's like, no. There's no such thing as curses. And if you like practical magic, I think you would actually really like this book. It had all the vibes I was looking for. It had the coziness that I was looking for. And I loved the characters. The characters were well developed. I wasn't bored at all through this book, and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, and it's a great one. Another one that's kind of like that is Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman, and this is book 1 in her Witches of Pleasant Grove series. I'm not sure if there's any other out. Let me look. Oh, There's one called Wickedly Yours, and it's coming out next month on September 13th. Well, good to know. I am going to go ahead and add that to my TBR. Anyway, so let's go back to Spookily Yours. So it's an age gap, Fated Mates Halloween. We have a witch demon romance. I really enjoyed it. Willow and Damon met when Damon was stuck as a cat, and Willow adopted him as her familiar. She thought would be her familiar. This was a very cute and fun plot. It had the hocus pocus Sabrina the Teenage Witch feels, but it definitely had spice. This is absolutely perfect to read around this time of year. I do highly recommend it. It is fun. I gave it 4.5 stars. I had a lot of fun with this one. A quick read that I loved that came out in March was The Witch Queen of Halloween by Kresley Cole. This is part of the Immortals After Dark series. You can actually read this one as a standalone because you don't have a lot of lore into this one. So if you wanted to dip your toe into this world, this one I'd actually think would be a good one. This is Rourke and Poppy. I think I'm saying his name right. Anyway, they find themselves trapped in a mansion with all these Halloween characters. So you have like Jason, you have all these monsters from vampires, all these typical human monsters that we have. Like, I think even Pennywise is in this one. Poppy was forced to deal with these monsters from her nightmares that were coming out, and they came to face some really creepy, because this is not cute like the other two. This one is kind of scary, so if you can't handle horror. But they come around creepy nightmares as well as some fairly scary situations, because they have to fight their way to be able to survive. I think there is even the Frankenstein monster in this one. So this one though, Rock, he gets summoned. So he's a demon who gets summoned when someone says his name, and they usually say his name so they can have a good sexual time with him. Poppy is a witch, and Rook actually had a past that was alluded to in this book. I don't ever remember it being in any of the other books. However, they're also fated mates. And if you know anything about the Immortals After Dark series, they're always about fated mates. And this one was just a great novella. It is short. It was really good. The romance was perfect because, I mean, they're fated mates. So that's one of the things I like about fated mates as novellas, because you don't need all that pages to build up a slow burn. Fated mates, you know that they're meant to be together because fate has destined them to be together. So that's why it really worked in this one. I really liked Poppy and I really liked Rourke. I liked how they fought together, and I liked the twist at the end, which was fantastic. I highly recommend this one. And again, you don't need to read all the books from before this to understand these two. So if you want to dip your toe in, The Witch Queen of Halloween is a great start. So the last two that I'm going to talk about definitely give fall vibes. The first one, but they're very dark, so check trigger warnings. The first one is Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. This is it's been a while since I read this. So this one is gothic, student teacher, and it's I think it's a college, if I remember correctly. This one, I remember the worms. And if you know, you know. And you want to read this to know this. So be aware that the first 40% is really slow because you're setting it up. And you're setting up the story, you're setting up the characters, you're setting up the romance, you're setting up who, okay? Because there is a who in this, because someone is doing something not good. Because there's a secret society thing going on in this one. It is very angsty, it is very slow burn. Devrick is not a good guy. He's the professor. Lilia, she came because her mom died under suspicious circumstances, but she also needs to be getting an education. We find out that Devrick is doing bad things to people, and they're not good people either. Like, he's going after bad people. And it's very creepy because you have that gothic feeling, you have the eeriness of it, there's a lot of drama, and the drama is more of life or death drama in this book. I'm trying not to give too much away because I want you to read it and I don't want you to be spoiled, because this one you really should go in as blind as possible. But the romance is very, very steamy in this one, so if you like steam, you're good with this one. It is dark though, so definitely check trigger warnings. There is gore in here. There's vivid descriptions of some creepy and strange stuff. There's violence, and there is some abusive situations that was towards Lilia, but not from Deverick. So just be aware of all that going in. This one though, if you like dark romance, you're gonna love this one. Listen, I'm putting this one on for all you girlies, and it's Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. It's book 1. We all know, because this one has blown up. The reason why I'm putting this one on is because I feel like I liked book 2 better, but you really need to read book 1. See, Leon and Ray. Leon is a demon, and Ray is supposed to be the sacrifice. She is not smart. She makes some really, really not smart decisions in this book, and I scoff at it. Okay, I'm human. I scoff at it. However, it was very entertaining. The whole thing was very entertaining. It was very dark, very gothic, very spooky. There's smut just for smut's sake in there, so if you like that, go for it. I liked book 2 better because I liked I really liked Leon. Leon was a good character. He was well written. I liked the 2 characters better in the second book, but that's me. It's because of Ray. Ray just made some questionable decisions, but someone is trying to use her as a sacrifice, right? She's a YouTuber who goes and films paranormal events. Okay, that's good, but her judgment is questionable. But the plot itself is really interesting. The writing is very good. Harley LaRue can write. The characters were actually very well developed. They were believable. I liked the world that she built in this. She built a very solid world. Everything according to the rules that she made sense in this book. It's not a favorite because of Ray, but that's all I'm gonna say. But the other 2, I really, really, really enjoy. This is a really solid, good, dark romance that's definitely paranormal and definitely has the fall vibes that I am looking for right now. So anyway, those are my recommendations for this video. If you have any recommendations for me and for anything with fall vibes, please let me know. I am searching for them high and low because I am in that mood. And if you read these, did you like them or not? Let me know also down below. And if you made this far in this video and you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to comment on anything, please leave me a jack-o'-lantern emoji. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.